Hi, I'm Candace, and this is Fitness and Harmonies. Use fire to thaw your emotional response. We've all been frozen in time. We've all been frozen and not really getting out and doing the activities that we're used to doing. That's not to say that we can't still show up fully emotionally for ourselves and for the community around us. So we have to find that sweet spot, the balance between doing too much and not doing enough. And we need to use fire to build up, to be able to thaw the kind of the things around our heart that have kept us safe during this traumatic time. One anatomical reference, or two really. One is the vagus nerve that goes from the brain stem down past around the heart, tells the heart to beat a little bit, and it also tells the diaphragm to breathe us, and it also sort of innervates the adrenal glands. So this long vagus nerve is really responsible not only for breathing, but for regulating our emotional response. So we take in the world, we decide whether we should elevate our response or not. So we're going to use or hack that vagus nerve through our breathing and through thinking practice, a meditative practice, to make us more relaxed, calm, and be able to regulate our emotional response. The other thing we're going to work on today is the shoulder blades. So whether your arms are spun in or they're spun out, it doesn't really matter what your arms are doing. Really what matters is what your shoulder blades are doing. So make sure that your shoulder blades are widened out, whether your arms are spun in or spun out. So it's really not your arms, it's your shoulder blades. So move your shoulder blades around a little bit. Just get used to the fact that you can control. You can control your muscles, so that's where we usually start. Let's start out with a block and a strap in supported bridge pose. Supported bridge pose, take the strap, take the loop of the strap, and put that around your upper thighs. So we have to kind of put the strap on like a pair of pants and around, I say the mid thigh, I didn't mean upper thigh. And all it's doing is holding your legs about, hip width apart. They're not wide at all. So don't let that, and then tighten the strap so that it feels snug around the top of your thighs. We're going to use this block under our sacrum, come up to a bridge and slide the block under the lowest part of kind of your sits bones. Think about it like that. Then roll the shoulders under, taking the outer edges of the shoulders back and onto the floor. So make sure that the whole back of your pelvis is fully supported. Spin the arm bones open, palms up. Press the feet into the floor. Lengthen your spine, so make sure that your hips are moving down and away from your shoulders so the side body is long. Then close your eyes. Breathe in. Breathe out. The purpose of supported bridge is to thaw your heart. So I want you to picture your chest opening. So really spin the arms and spin the shoulder blades open and back. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're trying to find that sweet spot from being too frozen and not too open. So remember that you have to share your gifts with the world. Now, if you have that strap, kind of push on the strap. So kind of push your legs out a little. If the strap moves too much, then don't do it that far. Just a little bit of reminder that you're kind of bound here, that you're held in place. The purpose of bridge pose is to change the flow of prana. So inhale down to the base of the pelvis. Exhale up from the base of the pelvis, up the spine and towards the throat. The lower chakras, the root by the tail, through the belly, through the heart, and then up through the throat. The lower chakras have to do with the physical body grounded in the earth. Safety, security, stillness. This is our source. This is where we go to get that feeling of stability. So when you inhale all the way down to the root, but when you exhale, grow that energy up from the root. Up through the belly, up through the heart, into the throat, where it pulls. Now the throat is really the beginning of action, of going out into the world, having your unique voice heard. So make the ujjayi sound. like you're taking energy from your root and then pulling it up around the throat with that hum in the throat. Our goal today is to wake up the nervous system, to put your mind into your body so that you can eventually re-engage with the world. 2 more slow breaths. Remind yourself that you are supported and you are in control. We're going to come out of this pose by lifting the hips, sliding the block out. You can slide the strap off. Move the strap aside. Hug the knees and rock around. Maybe circle the knees around in one direction, rocking side to side, and then the other direction. So we're thawing the root, the base of the pelvis, and then we're putting the fire in the belly. But we have to control a fire. It can't rage and burn everything in sight, nor can it be so cold that there's no action. Now try holding behind your thighs, round your spine, tuck the chin to the chest. Now rock towards your tail, pushing the low back out, rock towards the shoulder blades. So rock up and down the spine. Again, what we're doing is we're massaging the flame. We're skillfully maneuvering that flame up the back. Come all the way up. Come around into hands and knees pose. Let's just wake up the spine. We're going to push the hips back. I'm going to call this Anahatasana. That's where your chest and your head dive into the floor. So notice what's happening in the shoulder blades. The arms are rising up overhead and you can feel your chest widen. Anahata is the heart chakra. Anahatasana is the pose dedicated to melting the heart. So the first part I said is that we have to thaw. So we've been frozen in places, so we're thawing the heart first. Now come up into cat pose, press the fingertips down. It feels as if your hands are spinning inward, but that your upper arm bone is spinning outward, collecting all the energy from the ground, the physical ground, up through the arm and into the shoulders. Now spread the shoulder blades out. Lift the low back and the middle back up. And then move into cow. Drop the belly down, shine the heart forward. We're taking the heart light and all of its energy, and we're gathering its energy and powering up the core. Curl up into cat, power up the core. Pull all the energy from the extremities, from the hands and the legs, up and into the core and strengthen the core. Release that, move into downward dog. Drape your head down. Remember, your hands feel as if they're spinning inward and your upper arm bone feels as if it's spinning outward, wrapping the triceps around to the back. Inhale, exhale. You have this power. All we're doing is waking up the power to heal, to steady, to control, if you like that word, to harmonize. Ujjayi, exhale, right? The action comes from the throat, powered by the core, fueled by the root. Step forward to forward fold. You look wonderful. You can bend your knees or straighten your knees. You can kind of swivel your hips around. You can grab on to the blocks. The ground is the ground. I want to make this clear. People think that they have to touch the ground with their hands or their head in any forward fold, for example. But your feet are already there. So you're already plugged in. So energize these tall, long, strong legs to pull energy up the legs and into the pelvis. We'll bring the hands to the knees now and roll all the way up. Pull the belly up into the spine. Let's walk to the front edge of the mat. When we bring the hands together, the thumbs touch the heart. The thumbs are like a funnel. So the hands, even though they're together, they're like going out and grabbing energy, drawing it into the heart. Let's roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Every time your shoulders make a revolution, pull your abdominals in more. So when the shoulders go up, back, and down, scoop the belly in. And then hold the shoulders down, but now widen the shoulders out. Press the 10 toes down, so kind of rock these feet into the floor. And now drop the tailbone. Inhale and circle up. Exhale, extend up and back. Now widen your shoulders out. Imagine your upper back is like opening, like at the top of a funnel. Inhale up. Exhale to forward fold. So bending your knees as much or as little as you need to. Let the head, or the crown of the head, face the floor and twist your head left and right. Walk your hands up to your knees. Pause there, kind of like a mini chair. Bring one hand to your low back and then twist your spine, revolving and opening the chest to one side. Inhale. Come back to center as you exhale. Let's try again. Hand to your low back, other side. Exhale, spin open. Like you're opening up your chest to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. Inhale. When you exhale, round your back, tucking the tail between the legs. Inhale. When you exhale, extend your spine, rocking your pelvis forward, dropping the back down. Inhale. As you exhale now, round the back again, but this time roll up through the vertebrae, one by one, all the way to the top. Bring your hands into the heart. When your thumbs touch your heart, let that be a mental cue that my heart is receiving. The image I have is like warm water. You know, whenever I'm under warm water, I feel good. I feel like I'm supported. I feel like I'm being washed. I'm being cleansed. I'm being nourished. Balance on your left leg. Lift your right knee up and pause. Now circle that right ankle around. And then the other way. Repeat to yourself, I have the power to affect my mood, my health, my actions. I have the power. Flex the foot hard and hold. Kind of flare the toes backward. Now take that right foot and step to the back of the mat in a high lunge. Before you move again, energize the legs. Now, sink kind of down with the back leg mostly straight. Pull the belly in. Good. Inhale and circle up. So with the arms spun inward and the fingers flared out, extend slightly back and hold. Good. Use the flame skillfully. So we're powering up. So our fingers are like the tips of flames. Maybe they're moving. You've been frozen in inactivity. It's time. It's time to move outside that inner space. But we can only do that when we feel safe. Come up, turn the back leg, and with it, turn the hip. Stretch the arms out so that the body is planed to the long edge of the mat. Now stretch the arms vigorously, wall to wall. Extend backward and sink downward. Now with your eyes, look up past the fingertips. Reverse warrior 2. Now in a big cartwheel action, come all the way forward. That left hand comes to the block, the floor, or maybe just to your knee. Turn your head up to your right fingertips. So we're grounding down into the earth, right? The source. Energy, fire, lava, dirt, rock, really, really hard, strong things. But we're gazing up at the sky, air, wind, ether, light. And our bodies are taking in both. 2 more breaths. Spread the shoulder blades out. 1 more. Bring that right arm down. Now walk your way into a wide-legged forward fold. So spin the legs so that they're pointing at the long edge of the mat. Maybe heel toe your feet out and then hang again. Go all the way into the body. Yoga is unique because it unites mind, body, and breath. But another way to say that is the aspects of the self. The physical aspects, the mental aspects, the emotional aspects. And today we're looking a bit more into the spiritual aspects, meaning my mind, my body, myself is part of this big, organized, living universe. The ground and the sky, the highs and the lows, the darks and the lights, the flow of energy. 3 breaths. We're melting the heart and putting action in the throat. So I'm going to walk my heels in a little bit, bend the knees, and then walk the hands up to the knees. Come up, but leave the legs in this goddess pose. So I'm going to readjust my legs, drop the tailbone down like I'm sort of sitting on a low stool, and then lift the arms up and out, goddess pose. So palms up, gazing up, loosening the jaw, but strengthening the legs. So your legs are this big power clamp, sourcing energy from the earth, using that flame skillfully, balancing, equitably, drawing energy around the body, clearing away that thing, that mask, that wall you've had around your heart. 3 breaths, softening the shoulders, letting energy rise into the throat where you can hear action. 1 more. Turn back where you came from, the front edge of your mat. Then step forward into Tadasana. Remember, thumbs. When the thumbs touch the heart, I'm funneling the universal energy into my heart. My heart's been frozen. When you inhale, exhale, vibrate energy up and down the vagus nerve. So maybe close your eyes so you can see your mind's connection with your nervous system, however you want to think of this. The feeling sensation of energy flowing. Remember, you are unique. You have a purpose and you have a voice, and you are required to show up in this world and share your gifts. 3 breaths, leg bones pulling up, energy swirling around the belly. Feel the pull, feel the power, feel your strength. Let's try this again. With your eyes open now, lift your left knee up. I think that's right. And pause. Then circle that left foot around. The other way. Flex the foot back hard. Flare the toes back hard. Put your mind in your body. Right now, specifically the standing foot. After 2 breaths, with grace and power, step that left leg to the back into a high lunge. Once you land, pause, like you're gathering your strength, like your legs are sucking energy up. Then once you're there, sit down. Like you're soaking in, like you get into, a tub and you're going into the heat. You're getting stronger. Then inhale, circle up. Flare out the fingers and then extend a little bit back, like your chest is a dish, tipping, getting light from the sun. Photosynthesizing it and warming and melting that boundary that you've built around your heart. Skillfully equalize pressures in the body. So the feet, the legs, one more breath. You can release the arms down, come up, spin the back leg, move into warrior two. So arms stretch out. Once you get there, sit down. So front leg's 90 degrees without buckling the knee. So control that knee. Palms down. Now arms stretch wider and wider. Soften the tailbone towards the floor. Move the flesh of the shoulders onto the back. Now extend backward in reverse, warrior two. Another good example of earth and sky. 2 breaths. Feel your senses waking up. Now cartwheel forward into extended angle, so right hand to the blocker floor, knee. And once you get there, you gaze upward and you sink downward. Once you get there, show up. So reset your mind into the space that the body is inhabiting. Put your mind into your body, show up. 2 breaths, remembering your root. Those are the legs in this case. Bring that top arm down, step back into downward dog. I want you to feel your fingers and your toes. Imagine that, the lights are out and you're just using your fingers and toes to feel your way into this world. So imagine your fingers and toes have these special receptors. They're digging into the floor, into the earth, and connecting you. Just like in electronics, we need a good connection. Fingers and toes. I don't care about the heels and the back of the legs right now. Just fingers and toes. Kind of wiggle them. Play a little piano with your toes, piano with your fingers. 2 breaths. Show up inside of your body for yourself. Come down to hands and knees. Move into child's pose and rest. So however you take child's pose, do that. How do you know that your body is having an intense vagus nerve emotional response? We almost can assume it at this point. But the way you know is by watching your breath and learning how far you are on the map from your source. So let's practice the source. What do I mean? Imagine for a moment a place, a situation, or a time when you felt really relaxed, calm, supported, and secure. Relaxed, calm, supported, and secure. Who are you with? Where are you? What things surround you? You could be with family. You could be on vacation. You could be with friends. You could be with pets or even alone. But I want you to look around and identify what, where is in this environment that you're creating that makes you feel safe, secure, calm, and supported. Now breathe. See this place clearly. What textures, like a blanket or a rug, or heat or cool. One more breath. Let's come all the way back up. So that's the source. Let's come into camel pose. I like to start camel pose by putting the blocks next to my ankles behind me, tucking the toes under, and then with the hands on my blocks, I push my hips forward. That's it. That's kind of just where I start. I'm just opening up the front part of my thighs. Then I might even put my hands on the back of my hips to give them a little push forward. That's it. Keeping the chin down, I'm going to close my eyes to feel the shape of camel. Inviting my mind into that shape. I'm going to wake up my nervous system, in particular from the hip bones, the front, to my waist. I feel where I am tight. My low back feels a little crunchy. Now squeeze your elbows towards each other. So pull the arm bones together and back and stretch the chest out wall to wall in front. So we already tipped that receptive dish up. Now we're widening it out. Remember, there's like 4 directions: down, up, side, side. Earth, sky, left and right. Earth grounds us, roots us in the source. Remember that family, the friends. The sky opens up a dream. How we connect through the wind and the sky and the ether. 2 slow breaths. Okay, so opening up the eyes. Let's make our way down to a seated pose for a moment. So we'll come into Sukhasana, Sukha, easy pose. When you get there, what I almost always do is I grab onto my legs to pull my pelvis forward like we just were in camel, and then release it a few times. So loosen up those leg hip bones. We did some good warrior and forward fold, just to make sure they don't tighten up again. Remember, we want to stay warm and wake up the nervous system. Now come just to Sukhasana. So draw up like you're potted, like you're rooted in a pot, and you're the stem that's rising up. Bring the hands to the heart. Pull the shoulders in and then pull the shoulders out. Squish shoulders in. Pull, widen shoulders out. Try that a few more times. Squish and widen. Then hold the shoulders out. Try lifting the elbows up without lifting your hands. Kind of spread your fingers out. Then turn your hands down so the backs of your hands touch each other, and then drop your elbows kind of down. Let's bring the hands behind the head. So I'm going to kind of hold on. I'm going to go up under my hair and hold on to the back of my skull. Now push your head into your hands hard. Push back, push back, push back. Stop pushing And then let your head rock a little right and left. Your hands are kind of lifting your head up, not much. You're just moving your head a little right and left. And then circle your head a little around. Not too much, just a little. And the other way. So we've taken energy from the earth, from the source. We've cleared a path. And then we made the sound in the throat. Now just pull with your head straight, with your hands, pull your head like you're pulling it up off of your body. And then release your hands. Come all the way down to the back. So we're going to prepare for a meditation. So for a moment, just spin the hips and knees to one side. For a moment, be the body. Quiet the mind. Quiet the chatter. Melt those frozen places. How do you know you're having a big emotional reaction that might cause you to create one of those walls around your heart? You know by how far you are from the source. Like when you look at a map and go, oh, that's the beginning or the end, and this is where I am. And you know that by calling to mind the source. The feeling of being safe, secure, comforted. Fully accept it so you can show up. Let's move the hips and the knees to the other side. When you get there, be the body. Keep drawing your attention to mental calm and quiet. 2 more breaths. Now move all the way into Shavasana. When you get there, take the time to reorganize your body. All those little nuances. I'm going to take a little extra time practicing this meditation today. So get comfortable and sink down. Good. Soften your back body. Let your front body now melt. Move out of being overwhelmed. Notice that your body has felt stuck and shut down. In order to re-engage with the world, let's practice this 2-step process. The first step we have practiced already. Go to the source, a place where you feel safe. There are people and things around you that accept you, that support you, that love you. When you are in this place, you can show up fully with your unique talents and personality. When you are in this place, you are fully open and present. Make the details of this place very clear. Whether you're at home, the textures, the sounds, now grow the feeling of being supported, of being accepted. No stress, no pressure, no fear of rejection, nothing but love, nothing but support. The second step, and only when you feel that safe, secure, comfortable feeling, when you are curious and your mind is ready, the second step is to imagine harmony and bliss. Create a world in your mind where all beings live together peacefully, supporting each other, being kind, caring for each other. Imagine a utopia where all beings can show up as fully and as energetically as you feel right now. In your mind, see people interacting lovingly. See the energy of love spreading out. Feel for all beings everywhere the kindness that they deserve. And when you feel weak and when you feel stress, go back. Go back to the source. Wherever you feel safe, supported, and fully accepted. In your mind, show up. Now just breathe. Let the feelings, without words, without pictures, let the feelings circulate. And when you forget, and when there is chaos, go back. your root, your source. You are part of a loving community. People that care. People who want the best for you. And you are in control of accessing the source again and again. Breathe all the way in. Let it go. Slowly begin to roll to your side. When you're ready, open your eyes and skillfully push yourself all the way up. Let's come back to Sukhasana. Make that column strong. Widen the chest, bring the palms together so when the thumbs touch the heart, feeling that love radiating. Inhale, circle up, touch the sky, grab it, pull it back, offer it into your heart. I bow to you where there is comfort and ease.